everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Bible Stories with Kayla. I'm Kayla, and I'm super excited to be back to share with you another story. Last week we learned about how to pray, and this week we are learning about helping others. Okay everyone, so this week's story is once again read from the Lectionary Story Bible by Ralph Milton, and this story is called Get Ready, based on Isaiah chapter 40, verses 1 to 11. Rebecca and her friend, old Isaiah, lived many, many years ago. In those days, there were no doctors and no hospitals to help people get better when they were sick. Sick people stayed in their homes, and sometimes they died there. Neighbors helped each other out as much as they could, and people like old Isaiah helped the most. That's why Rebecca wasn't surprised when old Isaiah wasn't under his tree one afternoon. So Rebecca skipped down the street to the market. There she saw old Isaiah helping some sick people. He spent most of his time with the poor people, the ones who didn't have any homes to go to. Sometimes old Isaiah put a cool, wet cloth on their foreheads, and he would pray with them. God, we know you are in our hearts, and when we are well and when we are sick, right now, we really need to know that you love us and that you are sad too when we feel so sick. Rebecca could see that old Isaiah looked very tired. He had been helping people since early in the morning because so many of them were sick. Old Isaiah, please come and sit down for a little while, said Rebecca. If you don't take care of yourself, you will get sick too. Old Isaiah nodded. He sat down on a big rock nearby. Rebecca stood beside him and held his hand and leaned her head against him. She didn't say anything. Rebecca knew that it was just important to hold his hand. Then old Isaiah started to sing, very softly. His voice was old and crackly, but Rebecca liked the way it sounded. Comfort them, comfort my people, says our God. Speak so tenderly to all of them and tell them for me that I love every one of them and that I'm coming to help them. What does that song mean? Rebecca asked. I don't really know, said old Isaiah. What do you think? Rebecca walked a few steps away, then she turned. This morning, when I asked God, what do you want to tell me about today? I felt as if God was telling me to get ready, but I don't know what for. Yes, get ready. I've been hearing God say that too, to get ready. Go to all the people, especially the poor, and tell them that they are going to learn about me in a new way. They are sick and hurting, but I am sending someone especially for them. Are you putting some words about that into your book? Rebecca asked. Old Isaiah didn't say anything. He reached over and picked up the scroll on which he had been writing. He unrolled it and read, Look, I'm sending someone with a message. This person will get people ready. This person will come from out in the desert and say, get ready for God's chosen one. And here's the picture of old Isaiah and Rebecca. When will God's chosen one come? Rebecca asked. I don't know, said old Isaiah. It might be tomorrow. It might be many, many tomorrows from now. But I know God's messenger will come. And then old Isaiah closed his eyes. Rebecca took his hand, and the old man began to sing in his wonderful, crackly voice. And God will feed us all like a shepherd, and hold us warm and tight, and keep us safe from harm, and show us how to live. Put that song into your book too, whispered Rebecca. Old Isaiah opened his eyes again and said, Thank you, I will. Here's the last picture. Now, what is the story about? I think that it's all about old Isaiah and how he helped all of the sick people, no matter of how he felt. He put others before himself. So for this week's activity, I'm going to show you some examples of helping others.
Kayla, can you come help me with this chemistry problem?
Okay, for this equation, you just need to raise the 10 to the 6. There you go. Okay, so now I'm going to help my dog because he wants to be brushed. So we're gonna make him happy. What's this? Oh my goodness, you wanna be brushed? Sit. Good boy. Good boy. See? He's smiling. Oh, Okay, so now for my last example, I'm gonna just shovel the driveway for my parents before they get home from work. It is kind of hard to shovel one-handed, so. It's very important to help others, not only because it helps them, but it also puts a smile on their face. Just like how my dog was smiling when I was scratching his back with his brush. So that concludes this week's video. We'll finish off today with a quick prayer. Dear Lord, thank you for being with us and for teaching us how to help others. I pray that you are with us this week as we continue to help others. In your name, amen. Alright everyone, so that is the end of Season 2, Episode 2. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Bye!